Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Best of Nothing podcast. To my left we have,
Me.
and then,
Hi, me. It's Tex. What's up, guys?
yep, we have Cletus and Tex here with us. You know them and you know where they're from. Okay,
Mhm.
so we made it. Just about.
That's almost 2021.
Thank God.
Damn right.
So generally, I don't like doing this because I'm not able to do this yet. But instead of me actually doing a best of 2020, we're just all gonna do sort of a look back on 2020. You know what I mean? From the start of it to the end of it.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right, so I'm gonna go first. So when this whole bullshit initially started, I was working at a Walmart, and
Okay.
even before that, I went to Anime Milwaukee, and even then there was some sort of, I guess, what do I want to call it? There was almost this drab sort of atmosphere to it, as if something was about to go wrong, and of course it did. It went horribly wrong.
Mhm.
That's
Plus,
an accurate statement.
the lockups happened like right around my birthday too, so it's like Jesus Christ, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, it's not all bad. I mean, this was the year I got back into YouTubing. This is the year I was suffering the most from those headaches from the longest time that were keeping me from posting and editing. And I got into
Mhm.
Animal Crossing as well, and I love my island, and I'm slowly but surely getting up to 5 stars. I've been working on the Omni Garden for about 4 months now, and now it's almost done. I just need I think one more of a certain flower, two more of another flower, and then two different other flower types, and I'm finally fucking set.
It's
But yeah, through 2020, I have quit a job, got another job, quit that job, and then I have a job that I'm actually enjoying now. This online shopping business.
Mhm. Uh,
Looking
for
back on
me,
everything, I'm just surprised I made it through all that bullshit. You know what I mean?
yeah, pretty sure a lot of people are honestly surprised they managed to get through the year, for the better or for the worst.
Yeah.
For me, not really a whole lot. It was more just mainly college. I just went through college as usual, and then a lockup started happening, and I went back home for some time while I was still in college, so I got some experience for the first time of actually using the technology we have available for the generation and doing online college and that kind of stuff. Pretty fun, I gotta admit. It makes things a lot easier when you can do things on your own time than needing to do it on the time they tell you to do it. Uh, Other than that, it didn't really do a whole lot. I just kind of went through my year, and like most year, I just go through the summer, and then I just go through fall, more college, all that kind of stuff. I guess I really haven't really done a whole lot. I mean, I definitely played Animal Crossing. That was a lot of fun. I got my hands on Raymond, and I love him. He's my best villager.
Oh,
Although I haven't really,
Raymond. Yeah.
yeah, the business cat. I just love him because he's a business cat. I don't. I mean, everyone else went ape shit for other reasons. For me, I just
Like
like
I
that he's a
don't, I
business
don't,
cat.
I don't like. Here's the thing. I don't get why people are going apeshit over Marshall and Raymond. I mean, do they
Yeah,
just like him because
exactly.
they're snarky? Like I don't understand it.
I think
At
so.
least that was the idea
Hmm.
for a little bit. And then one of my friends that is a girl,
Hmm.
she told me why everyone's going apeshit for Raymond and Marshall.
May dresses.
Yes. And I
Yep.
looked at her
Yeah.
and I went, "Excuse me, what?
Yeah.
Excuse you and your entire race?" And the first thing that followed was I thought Marshall and Raymond were guys, and then she said they are,
They are. Yeah.
and I was even more confused.
They just thought it was cute. For that's what my understanding is. A lot of people just thought it was kind of cute to put them in maid dresses.
Yeah,
And to be fair, they are a little bit, so
yeah, but
it's
if
understandable.
I if I can't get Fuchsia to wear one, why does Raymond wear one?
You tell me.
Okay, so here's what happened. I gave Fuchsia a maid dress because I was like, yeah, and then literally a week later, she gave the maid dress back to me, and I was like, okay,
I guess
like
she just
that's
didn't
that's
like
never
it.
happened before.
Hmm. Or you might have just been unlucky, and that might have been just something she randomly gave you. Either one of those,
It's
but
possible.
yeah.
Another
And every time, mhm,
another weird one was that for the longest time, Marshall was giving me like a lot of girl clothing, and I was like, Marshall, why are you doing this?
well,
Like
you have to be.
literally, it was every other day he'd have a gift for me, and it'd be a different type of dress.
Well, when you look at all the clothes that are in Animal Crossing, the majority of them are for girls. That's just the most of the fashion. You have
You're
very
not
little
wrong.
clothes for guys, so yeah. But yeah, and then I keep trying to work on my island, but every time I get to it, I'm just like, I could just do it another day. So
Oh,
I'm kind of like,
fucking talk to
mhm,
me about the the cliffs in the back of your island. There are
yeah.
so many wild hyacinths growing on my cliffs that they can't that I have to literally dig them all out and just sell them all. Actually, today I did a trade with someone on Animal Crossing. They wanted a bunch of hyacinths for their island because they were redoing it.
Mhm.
And I got like 10 Nook Mile tickets out of the deal because they wanted some rare hyacinths. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got a fucking literally dump truck of those. They're like, I need pinks, reds, and orange. And I'm like, all right, I have a dump truck of orange and a dump truck of pink. Where do you want them?
Mhm. And it's like now
But
I just
before
have like,
we continue, boom, tell us
yeah.
about your 2020.
Oh yeah, we kind of went on a tangent.
Sorry.
Uh, I had about one good thing happen. Because I got a car, and then
Mhm.
later in the year, said car got crashed.
Which is on the very first
Ooh.
podcast, if you remember.
Correct.
That's a time capsule now.
Car got totaled. I did change jobs, which now has me, in jeopardy of COVID, but as minor thing, honestly. But
Mhm.
my sister moved out,
Congrats.
Nice.
which honestly, the house has changed entirely since then because there's so much less bickering. There's so much less
I can
hate.
feel you on that. Yeah, I feel you on that. When my older sister went off to college, the house became a lot nicer. Everyone was suddenly a lot more friendlier, and no one was stressing about it.
And this wasn't even college. She's just gone.
Mhm.
The exact opposite happened for me when my sister moved
Mm.
out. Like the house just felt so empty for like the longest time.
Aw.
It was like a pet died or like, we lost a family member and it was like really hard for everyone.
Mhm.
Eventually we all just, got used to it, but it was really those first couple of weeks were hard without her. Like
I can bet. Yeah.
I remember coming home and I shouted her name cuz I got food on the way home and then I remembered, "Oh right, she doesn't live here anymore. I got her this for nothing." Cuz
Aw.
I was just so used to stopping at by JD's and picking up an extra burger for her and some fries, you know
Oh
what I mean?
shit! I had a
And
JD's here too.
oh, but I just, I got so used to just picking up like an extra burger for her and some fries every time I'd go out just because, she would never stop at
Mhm.
JD's on the way home. And then I
Mhm.
realized, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It was rough for a while, but I learned
Yeah.
to
You
live with
get
it.
through it. Yeah.
I tried to be nice, but she just didn't want anything to do with that. But, you know,
Yeah. Mhm.
such is life and could be far worse.
Mhm. You just gotta keep trying to make the most of everything you got during the time of COVID, because it's all you can really do is, like I said, just make the most of it and get through what you can and take it all at once. If things have you for the worst, well, the only place you can go is up. So
Yeah. I mean, hell, I went to California for the first time during
yeah,
COVID.
how was that?
Wasn't that a letdown?
Why would you say something so controversial yet so true?
Hmm. It's like my specialty.
I mean, I did get a lot of cool stuff from California. I got to see my sister for the first time, but also the worst fucking thing ever happened a week after we got home from California. My sister's dog died.
Ooh,
Aw.
That is a feels bad.
It
Yeah,
is the most feel bad, and it hurt me personally because the dog's name was Roscoe, and on Endless Ocean one of my dolphins was named Roscoe. So and my sister, like when that happened, I felt that personally because I always had a connection to that dog because of that. You know what I mean?
uh,
It's like shit sucks, man. And it hurt
yeah,
her. I feel like it hurt her even more because she had a corgi, and corgis are literally just balls of love.
they
It's
really are.
true.
Yeah.
Them and Cavaliers,
Yeah.
which my family has a Cavalier, and when we lost our first one, oh my gosh.
Why are we getting so fucking ow? Why are we getting ow?
Revenge. It's revenge.
Fuck, that actually really hurt. I slammed my desk and my elbow went right into the fucking corner.
Ouch. Ooh.
Ow.
Ow!
Here's the thing. This has
I'm
not been
not
a
even
good
sure if
year
that's
for
gonna.
me.
I'm not even sure if that's gonna come up on the caption, but that fucking hurt.
I
Well,
heard
they
it.
can hear it through your voice. Yeah, I heard it too.
Uh,
Like, here's the thing. This has not been a good year for me.
Yeah.
2020 has been a year that I will not miss.
I don't think anyone will miss 2020.
hmm
Thing is, 2020 ain't slated to be much better right now.
It's almost over. The problem is that events don't improve with time, so 2021 could be even worse than 2020. Nobody likes talking
Yep.
about it, but we have to stand here and actually think about that as a possibility. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah,
Nobody
Meteor's looking like actually a good option right now.
says you.
So, but well, honestly, I can't even say games have been good because Cyberpunk was a bit of a letdown.
Oh, was it? Who could have seen that coming?
All right, all right, all right.
I mean, personally, I don't care if the game's good. It's a video game, so I kind of want there to be some goofy bugs and stuff. Because I want to be
Of
reminded that
course,
this
you
is just a
always
game.
want goofy bugs in a video game, but you want them to be goofy. You don't want them to be the main part of the fucking game. Like,
Eh,
if you want the best summary of Cyberpunk 2020, go look up Charlie. Okay, so Charlie did a video, or as most people probably know, him, Moist Critical or Penguin Zone.
mhm.
He did a video, or there's like the stream clip of him just walking around Cyberpunk, and he's like looking for his car, and then he can't find it. He
Yep.
finds his car, and someone in chat asks him, "Is Cyberpunk worth it?" He goes, and then his car freaks out, goes into the ground, disappears, comes back up, and then like leans forward, and then the entire time Charlie's just sitting there straight faced, and he goes, "Does that answer your question?"
That to me is kind of funny. I
And
kind of
then
can't
and then
help
the
but
back of the
laugh.
car hits him, and he takes no damage because the car physics are fucked. And then he just continues streaming. What a fucking legend!
Exactly. What's so bad about that?
I didn't watch it, but I saw a video that said Moist Critical last of the true YouTubers, and I'm like, nothing, nothing truer has ever been said. You know what I mean? Like, who do we have
hmm
for that are still great true YouTubers? Like, we have Markiplier, we have PewDiePie, we have Moist Critical, we have
Jacksepticeye,
Jacksepticeye, Vanos and the crew. You know what I mean? Like the whole crew: Wildcat, Nogla,
Russian Badger.
Uh, Russian Badge is like a new YouTuber. You know what I mean? He's not like a classic.
Not a
He's
classic, but that
Well,
doesn't mean he's any
there's
less
like
passionate.
no, he's very
there
passionate about his work, but I'm saying like true original like YouTube Wild Frontier type of spunk. You know what I mean?
I mean, I
Mm,
know a few that are been around for a while, but they don't really do like content creating. They just do a lot of um games, roguelike games, but they
Yeah.
usually do it to talk and stuff.
Tier
Kind of have their
Grace.
own like solo. So like Sinvicta, Northern Lion, those kind of people.
Yeah. Tier Grace
So
is another one.
honestly, YouTube has kind of let down the whole entire world at this point with what they've been doing
Yeah,
recently.
YouTube's gone to shit. I just kind of put up with it at this point, but it used to be better.
Literally, I think the only reason that they are where they are is not for any purpose other than the fact that they almost have a monopoly on streaming.
Exactly.
No one
Well,
else has the server capacity to hold everything YouTube has.
mm-hmm. And there's no other site like YouTube either, or a good site like YouTube. So
Like, here's the
it kind
thing.
of.
I want to go back into the past and
Mm-hmm.
figure out where exactly YouTube stopped being YouTube.
And I
Yeah,
feel like that happened with recent CEO changes.
Exactly.
most likely yes.
Still,
And
one of the best, in my opinions, looked at the YouTube CEO problem is Sir Pello in one of his mucky videos. I think it was the Mucky Christmas special. I forget which one. But the CEO, she's sitting in her office. She goes, "I like how my coffee, how I like my sight." Ugh! What is this shit?
yep.
Literally, it's just that. And honestly, like, I can't deal with it sometimes because it's just like there are so many content creators getting their like shit handed to them on a silver platter, and I'm just sitting here like, oh my god, can you stop touching the people I like to watch? You know what I mean? How long
Mm-hmm.
until you ban enough people? How long until you put these stupid guidelines on for people just stop content creating? You know what I mean? And that terrifies me.
Yeah, exactly.
Cause like
And
Lost Pause doesn't do the virtual novels anymore, and those were really funny and interesting to watch. People can't have certain video games or say certain things on YouTube anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You
yeah, the
understand
censorship has become rampant.
and understand that I get it. You want to protect kids. YouTube is not a site meant for all age. Well, it is a site meant for all ages, but you have to understand that you leave kids alone on a site where there's video sharing, they're gonna get into some shit. You know what I mean?
You can't stop it regardless of how much you restrict things. They
They
are going to
they
get into it
they
at
they
some
forget
point.
they forget what the skew of their site is, and it pisses me off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing I don't really like, I can
Mm-hmm.
understand it, but I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's that no one can legally touch YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
No, they can't, can they?
which is something that's been brought up so many times, but of course, the only people that can fix it are the government, and well, what was the last thing the government fixed?
Yeah, loot boxes.
That's honestly
You
the
said the
only
government
thing.
fixed loot boxes?
They put bills in place to keep the loot boxes from being in certain video games. They went after EA. You have to give them something.
No, I
Yeah, but
don't. I already give them my money.
No, I meant you have to give them that. You know what I mean? They
No,
they
I
did
don't.
they did. Boom! They put their foot down and they shoved a boot right up the ass of EA. Come on.
Look,
yeah, but it's
just
like
because
when
they did
gotcha
one
games
thing right,
exist.
but that's like saying one thing right will overturn.
Look, we all hate the
I
government one
lost
way.
count.
We all hate the government one way or another, but you can't just say that's entirely the worst thing ever. We're much better off in places like China.
Yeah,
So
and
I,
there
I
we
think
go.
I
We
think
are
our
now officially banned in China.
like we had any watches in China in the first place.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We can find out one day. Not anymore though. Okay, come on.
Yeah, I still I still doubt that there's anyone in China that would watch my content.
No.
Watch one of my subscribers is someone from Hong Kong, which is in China, but they're like, please no.
Please no. We don't want to be. We were sold out.
God,
Literally.
dumbest thing to actually that's not true. It's one of the dumbest things the United Kingdom has ever done is fucking sell Hong Kong,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's so many things. I mean, we could go on a complete political
which this is not.
podcast of our
This
own.
is not.
Exactly, which is why I'm kind of trying to segue here.
Yeah. God.
Honestly, I will say, even though um
Mm-hmm.
some games have come out to disappointment, some have not.
Like,
Some have not been disappointing.
I'll say
I don't know.
the video game awards this year. They released a ton of shit where people are like, "Oh
to be
yeah."
honest, one of those games is surprisingly Star Wars Squadron because I'm quite impressed
I
with that
still have yet
game.
to get around with that. I will also say that I was surprised with how okay Destiny 2 was once, I actually start playing it with you guys.
Yeah, but yeah, it's one of those games you kind of need like a friend to play with. Then it becomes a good game. If you're playing by yourself, you're gonna get bored quickly because of all the grinds and stuff,
Yeah.
and they kind of just throw a lot at you at first.
Ugh.
Plus,
So the other thing is like Star
hmm
Wars Squadrons, like I certainly had my doubts, but
hmm
they've held true to it.
they
No
really did.
DLC, only free updates, everything cosmetic.
hmm
That's what you do.
Speaking of that, um, Tex, were you able to play Star Wars Squadron on your VR yet?
Uh so I only have one USB-C on my computer,
hmm
and so one's for my headset
Oh
and
dear.
one's for the VR headset, so
hmm
complications have arisen.
well, that kind of sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I yet to get it to fully the VR mode is a little janky on it.
hmm
But let's see what other good games have come out this year. Anybody a fan of the Ace Combat series?
No.
Yeah, it's good.
All I know is there's that one glitch that you can do where you use your momentum of going out of bounds to hit the ground at like impossible speeds.
I mean, this is true. That was a glitch. Uh but
All I know,
so there
another thing I know is that in one of the Ace Combat Series game, when you're in a cutscene, they literally just have a PNG of a dog in there instead of a 3D model.
Look at that
Here's
dog!
the connection to the royal bloodline everyone was looking for. Just
Wait, is the dog just a JPEG?
they started singing. The pilots of the support plane smiled.
Oh my god,
even
that's
though
just a
their
picture of a
determination were
dog!
independent from hers.
Oh my god! It's not a real dog! It's
I
not
wonder
even a
how Levi
model!
felt
It's
about
just
all
a
this.
picture!
It was my job to research his neurological data after all.
That's the craziest thing I've ever seen in a
I wish we could
cutscene!
figure him out. Whatever his
This
feelings
game is
were
the
about leaving his
best!
homeland, he kept his.
This is the best game!
that was an older one though.
It wasn't that old. Hang on, let me see if I can. I actually, yeah, that'll be great for audio listeners. Let me find this video. I
So
say that, but in the one podcast where we talk about Starscream like shooting all this shit at Unicron, I did put that clip in there.
well, yeah, we can always put clips in and stuff for
Yeah, but it's
for
hard
for
for
the
me to
listeners.
get those clips.
Mm.
Like you
So
don't understand like you don't understand what I had to do to find those 30 seconds of footage.
true, but there was a game that came out called Project Wingman that basically they just redid the Ace Combat series and in their own fashion. And
Really?
you there's a roguelike mode and then there's the story. And it's $25.
Oh.
Um has VR support and honestly, it's pretty freaking good. In fact,
Mm.
one of the YouTubers it might have been, was it Russian Badger? I need to look now. Um, somebody did a video on it. I think it was Russian Badger if I remember right.
What game are you talking about?
Project Wingman.
I don't think so. Is it that SWAT game?
No.
No, then Russian Badger didn't do a video on it. You're probably thinking of his War Thunder videos.
Oh, it's Remy.
Yeah,
Is
Remy Down Under. He would be the one to do a video on that.
yeah, he did.
He's all
He
he's
did
all
a
about the military
video.
games.
He did one. And really, other than the minor issues with the amount of orange in some missions for reasons, um, he really loved it, and they even toned back the amount of orange on other missions because of the community response that hey, this is like an oppressive amount of color. So like, oh, okay, we'll tone that back.
Good.
And they did
It's just
that.
like the fucking multiplayer maps from Dawn of War. I think it was Dawn of War 2. Or no, Dawn of War Soulstorm, I think it was. It's like
Mm-hmm.
Vietnam, Mars, a Dorito, and Chaos Planet, and like that. Those were your color
You're not
schemes.
wrong.
Those
Hey,
those were
Chan,
your
you need
those were your color schemes.
Chan, you should really play the first Dawn of War and then add the Apocalypse mod to it. It's really
I've
good.
played the Apocalypse mod at my friend's house.
It's so good. I love playing Necrons on there because the
Dude, the
amount of
fucking
sheer
the
destruction
game
power.
crashed every time he fucking brought a Titan out into the field.
Ooh, that
It
does
was it was
suck.
it was, it was like for some reason two of the Mechanicus Titans were just too big.
Yep,
Huh.
Yeah, but the 40K
Yeah, they
podcast is until next week, so
rip.
indeed.
we can talk 40K. It just can't be the main source.
Yeah.
But we
But
are actually no, we still got a little bit of time.
Yes. I will say though, anybody for Space Sandbox.
Space
Well, not.
Space
I
Sandbox.
wouldn't.
Sandbox.
They're not really my games. I don't really like games
Are
like
you
that.
talking about Elite Dangerous?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
That's a little. That's a little bigger than
What
I
like
meant.
Kerbal Sand Space Program?
Different, different. Similar kind of.
Well then
It's
spit it out,
Everspace.
boom.
Everspace.
Never heard of it.
And the sequel,
Okay. I've
it
not played
started
it.
as a small game, but it's actually gained some traction for the second one that they're coming out with, Everspace 2.
Actually, I take it back. I will say Outer Wilds. That game I
Uh huh.
like. Not
Okay,
not Outer Worlds, Outer
Everspace,
Wilds. Like that's actually a
Everspace is
really good
similar to
game.
that. Everspace is similar to that. In fact, Everspace will be including larger battles than just the small ones that were in Everspace 2.
Remember when fucking No Man's Sky came out and it was shitty, and then all of a sudden No Man's Sky was the shit?
It's still kind of shitty to me, and I've given it a legitimate try, and it's
I,
still
I've
running
I've
pretty
I've
shaky.
given I've given No Man's Sky a second look, and I'm sitting here going, this game came back. You know what I mean?
After a lot.
It took them a while, but granted, when it came back, it just kept coming. Like when they said mech suits were coming out, I'm like, holy shit, they're really going all out for this, aren't they?
Yeah, I
Hmm.
will say they certainly made their full attempts, and I'll say they for the most part succeeded, but that doesn't mean that it really excuses the rest.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
No Man's Sky is the sadly will forever be the example of never get too hyped for a video game. And oh look,
Hmm.
what happened? What's this over here? Why, it's Green Goth Steakhouse, i.e. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's like yeah, that
There's a
yeah.
there's a there's a Cat Icarus reference for all two of you of my subscribers that probably watch him.
I think I heard it, but I don't really. Yeah.
It's all right.
So
I hope to one day get to the levels of people like Cat Icarus and Critical and Markiplier.
Oh
Like
yeah,
you
that's
know,
gonna take some time.
if you want to know who my inspirations are for becoming a YouTuber, it's
Hmm.
Critical, Cat Icarus, and Mark.
Yeah, I mean Mark is definitely a good
Mark is a
inspiration,
lot
but
of people's inspiration for why they wanted to
I mean
start
he's
YouTube.
such a good guy, and he's very honest and true to himself.
If I could,
So how can you not love him?
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like you just kind of got to get lucky. You got to get into what
Game
people are
Grumps, Game
into.
Grumps are another one I should say before I even fucking forget.
To do that, you kind of just need to get with the flow of what games are popular at the time and play them, and try to play them well. Be funny about it, all that stuff. It takes a lot of time, and I mean, look at him. It took him, about like 5, 6 years before he
Well,
finally
here's the
really
thing. I've been
rose.
watching Mark since 2012, back when he first started.
Exactly. It
Like
took
you
him a
know,
long time.
it did take a while, but like back when I first started watching Markiplier, like I wasn't
Hmm.
like I was like, oh man, this guy's funny. Yeah, he's really funny. And then all of a sudden, like I look and it's like I'm like, whoa, when did he get this many subscribers?
Yeah, it all happened just because of FNAF. That's when he just sharply rose.
A lot of YouTubers
Without
started rising up, like Razbowski.
Mm.
Hmm.
Like he exploded during FNAF.
A lot of people did, yeah, because the game was popular at the time.
Plus, a lot of YouTubers are exploding now because of Among Us.
This
Hmm.
is true.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You got to get into the
There's
stupid
always
shit
there's
people are
always
into.
those games that come out where there's this big kick, and it's like you need to get on this gravy train. Me personally, though,
Exactly.
I'm just gonna this is more of a it's not I'm not good enough at content creating yet to make this my life, but it's my
Hmm.
hobby right now, and it's like I just do what I want to do, and I
Yeah,
make the stupid
exactly.
jokes I want to make. Like I will still
Exactly.
say, like one of my best freakouts in a video game is it's in my most recent Hyrule Warrior video.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hang on, let me look at which one it is again. It is Hyrule or Warriors Age of Calamity Part 4, and it's like right towards the end where Daruk legit just hands Link that Prime Rock roast, and Link, without any hesitation, just fucking eats the rock. He eats the flaming lava rock with the bone that's made of rock as well. And both what the fuck are the name? What's the fuck are Impa and Zelda are just staring at Link like, oh my god, he has a problem. What is this man doing? He's just eating the rock.
Hmm.
The thing about it is that you can hear Link taking bites, and he's taking actual bites out of it. So it's like, Link, what the fuck are you?
I mean, that's been a question for a long time.
The only
Exactly.
ever cool bit of lore that we get is that Link is actually born and not just like immaculately recreated and reincarnated, because Zelda talks about his father in Breath of the Wild.
Huh. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know much about Zelda, so I can't really
Yeah.
say much about it.
yeah. But another good game, and this one
Hmm.
actually goes with the Western
Actually,
theme.
boom, I'm gonna stop you right there. We're about a half hour in, which means we have to go to our topics.
Okay.
All right,
Uh,
topic. Sack Squatch.
what?
Cletus, explain.
Oh no, that wasn't my idea. That was
It's under your
Snow's
name.
idea.
You.
Oh no, I said I would
That
put it
can
in there for
you
him.
put it in there, but it was for Snow.
All right.
Yeah, Snow came up with a sack squash. I just told him I would put it in there because we were in the middle of a combat. It was his turn,
Okay.
or I believe it was
Let's
during his
see
turn. But
here.
yeah, I don't really know
Oh, we
much
can
about
talk about the
that.
shorts. We can talk about the Astartes shorts.
Oh yes.
Cletus, you've seen them, haven't you?
I've seen all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We
Yeah.
I
can.
introduced him to them.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's when I really got into it because I knew about 40K, like I've seen it and stuff, but I never actually went into it because I just thought it was some sort of
Something
space war
I
thing.
love about the shorts is that he
Hmm.
gets everything right.
Exactly.
Everything from the simplest part of, like, even from something so simple as when the Astartes are walking down the halls of the ship.
Hmm.
The people are not looking at them because they're not meant to look at angels. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
From the weight to how they sound to how they're not, well, their armor's making that much noise. That's because they're wearing Corvus armor, which is a stealth suit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like from the last cannon being able to penetrate the ceramite for, like the surface level ceramite, to everything. Even
Hmm.
the chaos entity creating that icy field. You know what I mean? It's just all of it's completely right, and I'm just like, I, this is why we can't ever let Hollywood touch these movies. You know what I mean? You need
Hmm.
passionate individuals who are willing to go above and beyond. You need the people who make the models and paint their models to make these fucking things. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
can you
and
can you imagine? Like, hey, dude, like, what models do you paint? This is what I do for 40K. He shows you his entire CG rig.
Hmm.
I don't think Crump Face is ever gonna really fucking really ever like live up to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
No, it kind
mean,
of makes.
yeah,
Crump
Mhm.
Face. I look over at my desk and I just see Crump Face at the front of the army because he's always the one to get crumped first. It's tradition. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, the truly epic thing about Astartes is, I think to me, is that there's no voice acting.
Exactly. Like
Every
that is
single
so well
moment
done.
needs no
Yeah, there
words
is.
said.
When the
There isn't.
chaos entities speak to each other.
Well, yeah,
That's the only moment,
Yeah.
but that's
Well,
subtle and it's hard to hear.
there's no reasons for the Space Marines to be talking to each other, not even radio transmitting. Well,
hmm
sure, radio transmissions on that through the head through the auspex and helmet is like, you know, that's understandable,
yeah,
but they're not needed. It's one of those like Boom was saying, it's one of those things where you don't need to. All of the visual storytelling is done perfectly. Like
exactly.
to the point where I've watched a couple reaction videos of people who know nothing about 40k watching this video, and they go, oh shit!" Like when they're starting to like burrow into the ship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that is he got to see me that kind of reaction out of me because I've never seen it. I didn't know anything about 40k when I watched that video.
What the coolest thing about that ship is with I think it's called it's not Thunderhawk. I can't remember. I think it's called the Cestus. No, Cerastus. That's what it is.
Yeah.
When the Cerastus is burrowing through the ship, behind the engines, they're actually spraying this like I forget what it's called, but they're spraying the stuff that seals the ship as they're going into it because they're not trying to destroy the ship.
hmm
Yup.
Like it's just tiny little details like that, all the way from the boring laser to the weight. It's just it's so great. Like
hmm
watching Norn Queen Alexis, I think, or Alessis, I think her name is. She watched these things, and she's one of those people that know everything about 40k, from the most minorest figure to the most obscure name.
hmm
And seeing her like break down the whole scene, and she's like, "Well, this last cannon would eventually break through the armor, so he got that wrong." Then she plays it another second. She's like, "Oh wait, it is burning through. He got that right." And literally every time she did that, she's like, "Wait, no, he got right." And it's like that's when you know you've done your job right.
hmm
When you get someone who knows everything, and they go, he did that. Oh wait, that is right. They should be making more noise. They should be in Corvus armor. Oh, they are in Corvus armor.
hmm I
Yeah,
just
I mean,
it,
with that
yeah.
last cannon part, the beauty of it burning through and then
Plus,
him just immediately sidestepping to
fla- side
flashbang.
side stepping to
Yeah,
it's not a flashbang. It's a blind grenade.
it's still a similar thing. It was
Yeah,
smooth. It was sexy.
sidestep into flash grenade into what is it +5 plus
Plas-
two. No,
Plasma.
no. I'm asking Cletus. What is it? It's fully charged or overcharged plasma against heavy weapons team does +5 +2. I don't remember, but
It
even then they
should
got
do
that right.
Yeah, and okay, so the smallest detail to me that I found personally like
Ditches
satisfying.
the plasma when
No.
it's battery is used up.
But I mean that was cool, but for me it was actually how they handled their bolt rifles or their bolt guns because how they put it down on the rail to keep
Yeah,
it stable as they would fire. I just thought well like they could keep it stable, but they just did that to keep it super stable so they know that they would hit their marks. And then
yeah.
how the bullets, well
If
more
you
like mini rockets
notice if you
and
go back and
everything.
watch it and you actually look at where those bolts are hitting, like where those bolter bolts are hitting the field, each one of
hmm
them are at a critical point. Like each one's at a joint or in the neck or the head or the lungs.
Exactly.
Like each bolt isn't just randomly fired. They're all pointed at somewhere where that would be a disabling or killing blow on the enemy.
Exactly, and that's why I was satisfied because they purposely stabilized it to such a degree that they could hit those critical points easily.
Yeah, and
So it was just super
when you're
nice.
talking about psychers, you need to be like that because the most terrifying
hmm
thing about those two big guys, those are low level psychers. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like that's like a level 2, level 1 psyker. They are fucking scary. Like it was one of the books where a psyker fully just like incapacitates a space marine, and he's like a level 1 psyker.
hmm
And it's like when you
I
have that
mean,
kind of power, that's fucking
yeah. I mean,
scary.
yeah. Those psychers they disable the ones on the rails for a short time by like shoving them back, is from what I've
Yeah,
noticed. So yeah, and that's like root strength or a really strong kinetic blast
yeah.
because those are heavy suits.
Not even
So
that.
yeah,
Not even that. They're wearing Corvus armor. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Well,
Yeah. So it's
granted,
like.
I shouldn't say that. If they were salamanders, or if they were like Imperial fists, they could probably have taken that. But Corvus armor really isn't the most defense oriented armor. It's more of a stealth suit.
It,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it still does its job,
It does it.
but
It still
yeah,
does its job just like
it's
any other
lighter.
chapter's suit would. But based on the
Mhm.
fact that it's Corvus armor, like Corvus Corax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically his chapter was the one that made it because his chapter is a stealth chapter.
Uh, Honestly, we
If
should try.
Vulcan's sons or Dorn's sons were in that fight, they wouldn't have moved an inch.
We should probably save a lot of this for the 40K
We could.
because we're like
There's
getting a little
enough
passionate.
40k that we can just talk about 40k like for the
Yeah, but
entire hour.
this is a topic I'm a little bit more well versed in.
Yeah, that's
So,
fair.
yeah.
All right, next topic because we do 3 of these. I've decided we do 3 of these per podcast.
All right.
Okay.
Wow, a lot of these are fucking 40k. Who knew?
I mean,
Things men do that women don't understand. We do.
Like
This
I have a
one's
topic
from Red, and I have no idea what he's talking about.
that could be any number of things.
Moving
like
on.
helicopter
Okay,
whip,
beach
etc.
episodes.
Yes, the beach episodes of anime.
Okay, I'm just gonna cut that last part out. We'll wait till Red's here for him to explain himself.
This is true.
Beach episodes. Ugh.
Also by Snow, but
Yeah.
honestly,
If you guys want to suggest topics for us, just leave them in the comments. I do look at all the comments.
yes, if anybody's watching this and wants us to talk about something, which would
Mhm.
amaze me because who wants to hear us talk about something?
Yeah, this is more for well, I post this just so that, because everyone has a podcast, so I need a podcast too. But I feel like
Mhm.
our podcast is just, interesting in the fact that it's just literally a bunch of nerds talking, which is every podcast, but
Yeah.
actually I'm going to stop
I mean,
talking.
we could
That's
go a little
that's the appeal of our podcast. We're a bunch of fucking idiots.
we could go a little bit into the shenanigans of recent episodes of D&D.
Oh
yeah, this is true, we
god, it's
can.
going to be months
Like
before those come
my
out.
Corruptor army.
Okay,
Oh my
here's the thing about that. I am doing my best. It takes like an hour to 2, not even that. It takes like almost up to 3 to 4 hours because editing those videos, I have to watch the entire episode, and sometimes we go for a long time.
This is true.
So
We do.
But that
it
doesn't
takes
mean that we can't.
basically takes an entire night for me to edit one episode.
Yeah,
So
but
forgive me. I am doing my best. You know what I mean?
that
Tomorrow
doesn't
I'm actually
mean
editing the next episode, so be patient with me.
let's
I'm
not be
actually
trying to rush you.
I'm actually cutting out a bunch of the episodes where you guys are just fucking around in the
In the desert, yes.
not even that, just fucking around in West Elizabeth, just because you go nowhere in a couple of those sessions.
We please tell me at least the grandma bits in there.
What grandma bet?
The grandma from Africa and the grandma drive-by.
That was actually
Oh my
cut
God.
out because remember we lost that recording?
No, that was old.
Actually, this is your chance to,
No,
Oh,
that's not gonna go well.
Oh no!
Grandma got run over by a T-Rex.
Grandma, yes.
That's
Yes,
a good
that's
one. I'm proud of that
perfect.
one.
Grandma got ran over by a T-Rex. That's this week's.
Grandma got run over
Grandma got
by a
Grandma got no.
T-Rex.
Grandma got her fade run by a T-Rex.
So we get in this jewelry store from the safe from that little escapade, which Isabel would still censor.
Say it. I dare you.
Also, I
you-
fear for
you-
being
Say it,
banned.
pussy.
Exactly.
Say it, you pussy. Say it or no
Isabel.
balls.
You fear Isabel's wrath. What? What? You're telling me you're afraid of this? You're afraid of this boom? Hang on a second. Let me actually find the fucking picture. The last thing you see before you're banned. The last thing you see before you're banned. Oh god. She just comes in and bashes your face in with a stop sign.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
But the point remains, we're in this jewelry store.
Taylor's actually. Same thing.
Yeah, it was the tailors, but they also had the jewelry there. And we take out the silver earrings that we found in the safe, and he's like, "Oh yeah, there's an inscription on the back." Wait, oh no.
Because you guys
Yeah, I remember them.
forgot to investigate the jewelry.
And we're like, "Yeah, we could just take this to the tailors and sell it." Oh
Mhm.
wait, the fence exists.
Yeah, the fence exists. God.
So we make up an entire story about, oh yeah, she moved. Yeah, we were friends with her. We're long cousins.
You didn't know she moved, and she never spoke of her family. And when the guy said she retired to Africa, you guys were like, "Oh shit!" The only reason I said that was because I want this to be a funsy. But when Red wanted to fucking go to Africa to kill her, I was like, "Oh my god!" Legit,
Right.
legit. Red came to next session, and he looked up like what boat prices would be back in like 1899, just to see if he could get to Africa.
I'm just like, Red. And at
You almost rage quit.
I was so just like, what?
Like
What?
I never understood why he wanted to kill that lady so bad.
I
He was like one of those imps from like the first episode of Adventure Time. Now we're free. We're gonna kill this old lady
yes. Just like, we'll drive by her, but she's in Africa. We'll get a boat and then drive by her.
with the boat.
Yeah. We're gonna African Queen this.
African. What? What does that mean?
When did they drive the boat with makeshift torpedoes into the vessel?
Oh, right. God.
Just like, we're gonna attach explosives to this and then drive it into her.
God, Red's a fucking crazy ass. I can't
That's what makes him
wait. I
charming.
can't wait till we play FC3 and Red can chill again. Cause he's
Honestly, I'm
getting all of his
excited.
murder hobo tendencies out like right now.
Kinda true.
Granted, I feel like if you guys had chosen the outlaw path, he'd be having more fun.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to it. I'm just kind of following along where everyone's going and just having my own fun
Yeah,
along the way.
the general demeanor of the group, and like generally the
Mhm.
choices people choose in video games are just the neutral or the nice option. It's very rare that people be like evil assholes unless they're trying to do a run like
On
that.
purpose, yeah.
And I find that amazing in the human psyche. That generally the natural thing that people want to do is the right thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that
Yeah.
people who just do the wrong, I'm not saying that people who do the wrong thing in video games on purpose are psychologically bad or anything. I'm just saying that I find it funny that the majority of people, they just want to do the good or neutral good thing. You know what I mean?
During those times, you have the power to. You know what you're doing is actually going to matter because it's in the game, and therefore people are more interested in actually doing the right thing, even if there's no reward involved, because it's not personally involving them. So as a result, they're like, you know what, fine, I can do the nice thing. So that's kind of like the main reason towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, gonna be a psych major.
You mean work at McDonald's?
Oh my gosh, fuck off.
He's
I
not
had to
wrong.
say it. I had to say it.
I
I have a
hate you.
I have a
There was a
friend and
there was a video I watched. I think it was like College Humor or something. And they're like the people you'll know in college, and it's just like, and they go through the all the majors. It's just like, the math majors, construction majors, psychology majors. Some guy working at McDonald's. That one homeless person that stays on campus even though he looks like a student.
hmm
so one of my friends actually majored in math.
Who does that? Like for real, who actually majors in math? Like
People who like math.
actively chooses to be
Chan,
math?
can I make the joke?
What joke?
The joke about who majors in math. It's true.
You be fucking careful.
He is this person.
Oh, I thought you were. No, Isabel, get that. I thought you were gonna say DMs.
No.
Okay, please, no. Oh no. Boom. Careful. Damn it, Boom.
I didn't say it.
You almost said it though, Isabel. Isabel's gonna come in for like a half second, just yeah, and then gone.
I
Oh
mean,
my
he
god.
makes jokes of it himself.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, but still, fuck, dude.
Anyway, he fully accepts that he is a complete nerd. In fact, my friend who is a comp sci major in college, when giving calculus proofs, the professor took off a half a point for being too long winded with the proof. And the
Wow.
math major just went, I was accurate, not long winded. I'm just like, why do I feel like that meant long winded? Like, I don't understand any of this. There's a reason that I'm working and not actually in college.
There's that one teacher. There's this video on YouTube of this one teacher who grades tests, and they put a bunch of these classic memes on the kids' tests when they're grading them.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
That's like my favorite video because they're all old memes, but they're being used correctly and not like the fucking what was it the super cringy one? Eat spicy goodness like a boss or some shit. That
Uh,
was that was that was the most cringe I've ever seen in my life. Like even when I saw that the first time, I'm like, oh my god, you don't get it. No one gets it. But something that's really surprising: Rage comics are coming back.
Notice they're slow, but they're steadily rising and starting with the troll face.
I
I'm
know,
hoping it
right?
back because there's like my childhood.
Like not even that. I saw someone do a Derpina comic recently.
Oh my god, really?
It wasn't even comic. It was an animation.
Oh, I'm
She
impressed.
she's sitting she's sitting at the table eating cereal, and then she sees a picture of Doomer E Girl, and then
Uh,
she like starts blushing up because she's like, oh shit, she's hot. And I'm like, oh wow, 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 fucking Rage comics are bringing it back.
I mean, they are what brought our current memes. They
They
just in
they
a
they,
different
they are they
format.
are the or they are our origin point. Is Rage comics.
Exactly.
I look at my
Hmm.
I look at my old fucking account on Meme Center, and I just look at like, yeah, I had a Rage comic or two on my account, or I made a Rage comic or two on my account.
Hmm.
hmm.
There was this one that we all laughed at, which was the dumbest thing ever. It was literally just like this guy walks in, and it's the one where he's like reading the newspaper, and he's like, "Dad, I'm gonna have some cereal." Okay, son. Dad, we're out of cereal. Rips his newspaper in half. Or Dad, we're out of milk. Then let's go get milk. We go to get milk. Come back home. Dad, you're really cool. I know, son. We would always laugh just because it was just so dumb. It was just the most like down to earth, like most like not funny thing ever. Yet it always made us laugh. We at one point, my friend. Oh shit! I shouldn't say his name out loud. Protect the innocent.
Yeah, nice to see you,
Thanks,
Isabel.
thanks, Isabel. I liked it.
Anyways,
Anyway, so he had printed out like 50 of them, and he posted them all over school.
Oh my gosh.
I helped him
that
put it.
man's
I
a
helped him. I
Chad.
helped him put them up.
You are Chad, both of you.
No, no, no. What's really Chad is what I did for my high school prank.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
So you know how there's that one picture on the internet of the watch out wet floor sitting on the boogie board in the middle of the pool.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that.
So I did that, but I took it to the next level.
Oh
Instead of just
dear.
doing one at my high school, we had this entire wall of boogie boards. Basically, there's like 30 or 40 boogie boards on this wall. So what I did is because early in the mornings, they cleaned the school. The janitors cleaned the school. I just ran through and I just swiped every single wet floor sign I could grab, and then I went in and thanks, Isabel, because I don't want to say that. You know why I don't want to say that. And then I got into the pool, right?
Uh-huh.
So then, basically, I just matched a boogie board to a sign, boogie board to a sign, boogie board to a sign, and there was about 9 of them in the pool.
And then they're just
I
like,
know,
"Who
I
did
know,
this?"
I know it wasn't very original, but still,
I
because
mean, the
I put
fact
him,
you went
I
out and
put,
did it.
I put him, I made sure to try and get them all into the middle of the pool so no one could just grab them. And
Mhm,
then I sat outside the pool and I waited because outside the pool there's this line of lockers that dot the entire hall, so it's not
mhm,
weird for kids to be there in the morning. You know what I mean? So I pretended to
mhm,
be standing near a locker, and another kid knew what was up because I like the people that are on that line of lockers on the wall. They're sort of a tight knit group because they all have their locker in such an obscure place in the school. So when they notice me there, they're like, "Are you waiting for someone?" I'm like, "Nah," and then I just looked to like tilted my head to the pool, and they're like, "Oh no!"
Must protect.
Oh, yes.
So literally, there's about 30 of us sitting there waiting for the teacher, the one of the 3 gym teachers to come in, and the look on his face was priceless. And he was running at the door, and then basically everyone fucking bolted the second he came running at the door. We were all looking through because it was one of those glass double doors because they hold swim meets there from time to time.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh man, it was priceless. Of course, the principal caught me on camera, and when he talked to me, because my family was cool with the principal, we weren't like on a hey keep this hush hush, but like my sister was on the honor roll, I was on the honor roll, and we were basically good kids. So I would say
It
that
didn't hurt anyone or anything, so.
so he let it slide, but he did say don't do it again.
Uh,
My friend,
Yeah.
his senior prank, his actually got him in trouble.
Oh no.
So he and another guy, they
mhm,
basically rounded up the entire Tesla wing. If you don't know, Tesla is just what you call the advanced kids.
okay.
So he got the entire Tesla wing to surround them, and they are just like, "Yeah, fight, get it!" And it's just like basically in the center, it was just him and his friend just doing a thumb war. He got in actual trouble for that.
How?
Why?
He did nothing wrong. You should have
Exactly.
gotten in more trouble than
The
that.
thing, the thing is, he got in trouble because some of the other kids didn't know that they weren't actually fighting.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So some of the kids ran to the office and got security officers, and
Uh,
they basically deployed themselves, and that's why he got in trouble because they thought that that was part of the prank that somebody gets security. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Oh. And of course I didn't believe him when he said, "No, that wasn't part of the prank."
Yeah, they didn't. So he got in actual trouble for that.
mm,
All I know is my high school was nowhere near as fun.
It wasn't even the senior pranks only happen at the end of every year, and my year was the last year they were allowed to do it because for some dumbass in the Tesla wing, you would think that they're the advanced kid, they would know better. They fucking cut power to the entire school as their senior prank
I'm curious how they even did that without causing
yeah.
actual damage.
because in the Tesla wing you have all these advanced kids doing these very very advanced things, and you need stuff for them to train on. In one of the rooms, the entire school's power grid is in there. So
Okay.
some kid, there's also a bunch of tool cases in there. So some kid had the bright idea of, I'll just remove a couple of these wires and cut power to the school.
Mm,
That was actually it was actually funny because it was one of the days I wasn't at school. I was actually at my doctor's doing a what do I want to say like a checkup on my ADD medicine.
Oh
mhm,
yeah.
So I got to leave school early that day because my appointment was at 3 o'clock. So I got to leave.
okay.
I got to leave at 2 o'clock, and literally, like, apparently, like 10 minutes after I left, they cut power to the whole school.
Mm, that kind of sucks to miss it, though.
Yeah, I did miss it. However, when I was driving towards my doctor's, I saw an ambulance whiz by me going towards the school, and I'm like, "Whew,
Fucking
jeez."
guy.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like, oh, where could that be going? Oh,
Yeah.
oh no.
Because one of the emergency things after the basically there's this thing in school because of the whole shooter programs things.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if something ever gets tripped, it immediately calls the ambulance
Police and
and
ambulance.
yes, that got tripped because the power went out. But the funniest thing is that it's a good thing that happened because they realized that system actually was bugged, so only the hospital was alerted and the police weren't. So
Interesting.
some good came out of it, but still, I like those kids they weren't at graduation. It was that bad.
Ooh.
Mm.
Fucking, you think being part of the Tesla wing and being all the advanced, high end, like super honor roll students, they'd know fucking better.
Well,
Everything.
I could give an entire story about how I almost got expelled from school.
Oh
I'd like
boy.
to hear it personally, but yeah, if you don't mind sharing it, that is.
So the school I went to was very uppity.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you've talked about this before.
But I don't think I've
Don't
heard
come to school
honestly.
tomorrow because it's Saturday.
Oh my god. And they actually almost expelled you for that?
Somehow it got around that because I was heavily depressed,
Mm-hmm.
that was gonna turn into the next
Oh
huge
yeah,
thing.
you're gonna shoot up the school while nobody's fucking
Exactly. But somehow it
well,
got
that's
turned into just don't come to school on Monday. So I get to Sunday, and this is the week before finals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Sunday, after I've been like cramming for everything, like a good
Mm-hmm.
student, there's a sergeant and a detective on my doorstep.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
no.
I explain this all to them and I explain what was actually said, and they just go, well, this was a bad game of telephone that no one wanted to play. Well, the school still calls in my parents and works with the local PD and has police, two police to every entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like,
Granted, with how
"Rip."
school shootings are, they have to take that. You know what I mean? Even if it is a game of telephone, if it got that bad, I can assume like, can you imagine being in the teacher's place at that point? A kid actually says that bullshit. Like, you
I
don't know
mean,
if they're joking or not. And if you know the kid's like manically depressed, like you have to take that with like you can't take that with a grain of salt. You have to like treat that as if. So I can understand where they're coming from. I do feel like maybe they overreacted a bit. Like maybe they should have like after it was all discovered, like oh it was just like they should have like just dropped it then. But having the police presence there, I guess, but still.
so they call my parents in and they're like, yeah, so his year's done. Whatever grades he has are final because we won't allow him back on the school premises.
Wow.
And then they're just like, and we'll decide whether or not we want to expel him or let you withdraw.
Oh Jesus.
And so my parents are like, oh, we'll just withdraw. We won't come back next year. Well, we'll get back to you on whether we'll let you.
Okay.
To
I'm
which my
sorry to hear all
dad's
that,
reply
man.
was basically, we'll withdraw, or you will regret not letting us withdraw. Except in a little bit less threatening tone and more legalese to basically say we're gonna sue the pants off you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, our local lawyer was also the school's local lawyer.
Ha!
Nice.
So the school,
Whoever
so
gets
the
to whoever
local.
gets it first, asshole.
Here's the thing:
Mm-hmm.
he's a good lawyer, so he said, "I'll recommend you the best lawyer, second best lawyer in town that would deal with this, and I'll just send them to somebody."
Christ.
Yeah, so
Schools
that's
have to
how
schools
that's
have to be uptight about that because fucking well, granted the one good this is a really bad one, but there's this video of this girl And she goes, 2020 has been the year with the least amount of school shootings ever. There's this little kid. And he goes, well, what the fuck do you think we're going to do? What, are we going to stream snipe the Zoom call? That fucking killed me because it's just like, fuck. Fuck. Zoomers still have a chance of being funny. That killed me because it's just such a like an out there thing to say that no one would understand. It's just like, what? Are we gonna stream snipe the Zoom call?
Mhm.
Which, honestly, I could see some people being dumb enough to do.
People, kids, fucking kids in elementary school and middle school have had the police called on them for fucking having like Nerf guns and BB guns in their fucking room.
Yep. And those teachers should be fired.
Also,
Mhm.
teachers complaining about the cleanliness of your room. Like, excuse me, fuck you, and go eat a bag of dicks. If I was in this
Exactly.
bullshit in high school and some teachers like your room's too messy, I'm like, live. I would literally respond with, live with it. I already do.
My response would be a middle finger.
I just tell them to piss off and then just let it be.
Piss off, you giant pixie machine. Cast fist.
You properly worded that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I might not be the best voice actor in the world. In fact, I'm not even a voice actor, but I have my moments.
You do have your moments, and to be fair, you do a really good orc impression.
Oh, thank
He
you.
does.
I do's my best. As War Boss Killywatson, I've got a whole wog of boys to run. So, working on me voicing skills is a bit in the back line.
Mhm.
Oi,
Oh my
what's that
goodness.
there? Oh, you're storing a tin can's helmet. Well then, put it to the pile, we'll divvy it up later. Wait, why do you have that big old sack of teeth? Why are these teeth so small? What do you mean you've been taking them from the little humies? Wait, they put their teeth under their beds? Why? Why would they do something so human? Why wouldn't they just trade it normally? Oh well, stupid humies. Anyways, good job on getting all that teeth. And scene.
The orc tooth fairy.
It's like my favorite thing. Tooth Fairy? Yes, it's me, the Tooth Fairy. And then the little like snotling just like wheels him out like fucking Mr. Krabs with the fucking paper ghost.
Mhm.
Someone,
Eh.
someone,
And
s- I
with a creaky wheel.
yeah, it was a squeaky wheel. But actually, speaking of that, when I was at an anime convention, if you all remember what anime conventions are,
Yes.
one of the
It's kind
first
of
ones.
self-explanatory.
No, I'm saying it because all the conventions were canceled this year,
Oh yeah.
except for Anime Milwaukee. Booyah! But anyways, I saw someone at one of my first anime conventions cosplaying that.
Oh my gosh.
The Mr. Krabs paper ghost. And on the back, it literally was a shopping list.
I'm impressed with them.
Dude fucking nailed it. I also saw a Rorschach cosplayer that actually had a thing where the face would change.
LEDs,
cool.
baby.
It wasn't LED. It was just a heat activated thing. So every time he breathed, it changed.
That's amazing. That's
I
even better.
know.
Impressive.
When I went to the con that comes near me, uh there was a couple of good things. There were some good cosplayers. I met Barney.
Hmm.
You think I'm kidding?
No, I know you're not kidding. Just like when I said when I say I met Duke Nukem and Zemnis. People.
I did meet Cyanide and Happiness too.
Yeah, you told me about that. You were hyped about that.
Yeah, I
Dude,
met them too before. They were really nice.
Can I tell a story real quick about
Yeah,
Sure.
go
anime
for it.
conventions? Can I talk about every time I've met a really cool girl at an anime convention? We hit it off. We sort of flirt a little bit, and every time something comes up that goes, "Yeah, this ain't happening." You know what I mean?
Oh
Talk about
dear.
the story of my life, my friend.
Like the one that really killed me one year is that we were really hitting it off and we were hanging out for a couple of days, and then I figured out that she was lesbian, and I go, no,
Do I?
why?
I think I remember a part of the story.
Huh?
Am I thinking the same one, Chan?
What?
Or
What
is
do you
that a
think?
different one?
What story are
Oh
you
no, that's
thinking
probably
about?
a different one from when you were younger.
What? Oh, you're talking about that. You're talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one where I'm still not sure if the lady was predatoring on me.
Yeah, and then you were
No, no,
like,
no, no, chapter Isabel. Thank you. That's not a story you can talk about, Zeno.
no, I
Now I want to hear this one later off
no.
screen.
I'm just gonna boom. I'm just gonna DM it to you. You know what you're talking about. You know what I'm talking about when I just post this one thing to you.
Also
You know,
Christmas.
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Yep.
Cletus knows that story now.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, we can't talk about
Anyway.
that on the podcast, Zeno. But yes,
I was just asking
I'm
if I was
sure.
thinking of the same story.
No, no, no. But
That's all.
I'm sure this is on another podcast, but I'll retell it just real quickly. When I went to one of my first back when I was going to KitsuneCon every year. There was
Mhm.
this one lady I was hanging out with. She was cool, but she was just an older-ish woman. I'm actually not sure what her actual age was. She was just a cool lady I was hanging out with at the convention. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I'll say my school friends and I were hanging out with her as a group. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't just me
Fair.
alone there. But looking back on that event, I wasn't sure if she was a predator or not because she did offer for me to stay at her room. But of course, me being like a freaking young high school kid, I didn't really, so I had a ride home every night.
Mhm.
Still, looking back on now, I was like, was she was she being a predator, or was she just being super nice? And I don't know the answer, and it still makes me worry to this day. And it makes me glad that I know not to go back to anyone's hotel room because Jesus Christ, what if I got roofied?
Exactly.
In 19 years, I have never had a girlfriend, and never have I been hit on. Actually,
I have had one girlfriend in my life. She was cool.
Mm.
just leaving it at that.
Yeah.
Yes, she was.
I
She
don't
was
need to
very.
add any
She was.
comments
She
to
was
that
awesome, and I don't like talking about it because it always makes me sad.
I am
Yeah,
sorry.
let's just leave it at that.
And because we
We'll
had to
cut that
break.
out.
We had to break it off because she was moving.
Mhm.
Mm, yeah, we'll cut
Anyways,
I'll decide if it gets cut, which it will not
well,
How
because
awkward.
you did this.
I'm just trying to help you.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna cut it.
Okay. We could go through that entire spiel about how I think we're gonna cut it and we're not gonna cut it.
Exactly. Boom. That gets left in, so it makes you look. All right.
It doesn't make me look bad in
Check
any
the
way since the
timer.
intentions were good.
All right. We got about 15 minutes left.
Oh my goodness.
I'm always
I mean,
surprised by how fast the podcast recording goes. Then again, I run a shorter podcast. It's not like some of the better podcasts that can go for like 4 hours. You know what I mean? I don't think any of us could handle a 4 hour podcast.
most podcasts that I listen to are between an hour and 2 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours gets a little long.
Yeah, but there are podcasts that run it. Like I will say some of the best podcasts ever are the Super Best Friends, Super Castle Beast, and Off Topic. Like those are some of the best podcasts.
This is true.
Also, Bird's podcast.
I step out for 1 second. I'm so confused already. What?
Bird's podcast.
Okay.
BERD. Bird.
Yeah. Oh, Bird.
Yeah.
Okay.
His podcast is
What
literally introduces his fucking guest, then he ends the podcast.
I mean, that's Bird for you.
Yeah. one of my favorite ones. One of my favorite things Vito's Bird's ever done was showing
Mhm.
off his showing off his fucking board game with Magic Carp and Bird just like fucking making up some of the rules on the fly.
This is how I win. What do you mean how you win? I mean how I win now.
Fucking well, I forget what one of the ones were, what one of the things, because there's bosses you have to fight in that game, and I think one of the cards just Jeff, and it was like a cricket or something.
Jeff. Wait.
Then one of the bosses was just a fist. God,
Oh
we need to.
goodness.
You know what we need to play?
What?
Mhm.
We need to for this upcoming Halloween. We need to do a stream where we play Atmosphere.
I don't know that
Explain.
one.
Okay, so
Yeah, I've not heard
Atmosphere
it.
is this game from the 80s where or it's like the 90s, where basically there's this person on a VHS tape and they're telling you to do things, and basically you have to do those things and correspond it with the board game. And like, there's this one, basically anytime they appear, they'll say a code phrase and you'll have to respond with another code phrase. And if you fail, you'll have to hit the hole or be banished to the hole, which is like basically a Monopoly jail.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And there'll be a lot of like different things you'll have to do, and they're all really stupidly funny. Like I know, I think his name Baron Zabady, he's the zombie one. He fucking says he gives somebody the nickname of Dirtbag, and then randomly in the video he'll say, "Hey Dirtbag, thrill me!" And then he says, "Just checking that you have a handle on your name, Dirtbag." Another good one is the gatekeeper. He just comes in and he says, "Whose turn is it? Is it yes, gatekeeper is I. You're banished." Fades away. just fucking cucks whoever's turn it is next. Oh god. Like I was actually there's a project I'm working on right now that I'm really excited about, but I'm making an atmosphere track where I'm the person doing the all the stupid bullshit, but it's going to be the dungeon master.
Mm.
And my thing is gonna be, you just rolled in that one to the hole. That's gonna be my thing instead of banishing people, or you know what I mean.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that.
No,
But
I mean,
yeah, like I feel like I need to like set projects for myself because I'm getting kind of like, well, not bored with gameplay, but I want to do things that are like more out there. You know what I mean?
do Cyberpunk D&D.
Shut up. We
I
are.
didn't say
I've
which
you.
specific Cyberpunk, just general Cyberpunk.
That's I'm already working on that with the Transformers campaign.
I meant augmented people, not
What do you think
Transformers.
Transformers are?
Giant robots from space.
Exactly. That's about as cyberpunk as it gets.
To a
Sorry, but wouldn't
degree.
a metal blade coming out of my arm be pretty cool?
You can have that in Transformers. In fact, that's
I
how they
mean,
have their
he's not
melee
wrong.
weapons.
He's right.
Also, cyberpunk is trash right now. Well, it's not trash, but it's
Mhm.
really suffering. Look, I'm not
Yeah,
saying you
that's why
can't.
they
I'm not
took back
saying
their
you
game.
can't make the campaign, but I'm busy working on multiple passion projects right now.
This is true. I could make it.
Yeah.
Don't
Like,
burn yourself out now, Chan.
yeah, exactly. Like, I'm working on the
This is
Transformers
true.
campaign. I'm working on fleshing out FC3, and don't forget, every week I do have to work on Dinosaurs of the Wild West.
Mhm.
At the very least, if in this next session campaign, if Snow wants to DM, it will give me plenty of time to like work out all these little kinks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hmm.
but here's the thing: when or if Snow DMs Chan, you're gonna have to hold back on trying to correct him or any of that stuff from pushing him because he is a little sensitive.
What do you mean?
I was taking an example of how you might sometimes see how much a DM might know and push them to their limit a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna, dude. What the fuck?
I was just going based on what you were saying. That's all.
You know I wouldn't do that to Snow.
Well, yeah, I know.
Like the only reason I ever asked Snow for things on D&D is because they escape me for
Mhm.
sometimes. I'm not gonna, like the reason I ask Snow if a check is done a certain way is because I usually forget in that moment. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or are you talking about something else?
No, I think that was just really about it. Yeah, you're good.
I don't ask him to test him on his D&D knowledge. I ask him because in the moment I've forgotten and I'm like, oh no, oh no,
Mhm.
Snow, I need a DM here.
Hey, I know a lot of stuff about D&D at this point. How much I've played.
Yes.
You're good. You're good.
Heck, if we ever have a true D&D question, I have the D&D DM's manual behind me.
That's smart.
You think I'm kidding? I'm pointing at it
No,
right now.
I'm
For all
not.
the
I'm
audio
definitely
and
not kidding.
listeners, I'm pointing at it.
Yeah, you see that, guys? You see him pointing at his book? Yeah. I'm sorry I had to do that. As shitty as the joke was.
Throw me a bone, yeah!
So
Mhm.
my sister sent me Birdie Bot's every flavored beans from
Mm,
fucking Harry Potter thing from
Uh,
Orlando.
those
mm-hmm.
things. Yeah.
I am terrified of this fucking box.
Oh, you need to be. You have to be.
Like I do not want to try
Honestly,
any of these
it's
because I know immediately I'm gonna pick the wrong one and just be like, alas,
yeah.
you
That's the
Hux.
thing. I want to hear you. I want to like hear your reactions to each one you eat, so I
I'm
know
not
the
gonna I'm not gonna
percentage.
eat the bad ones. I'm just gonna fucking throw them away.
No, you gotta eat 'em. You don't know which one's good or bad. That's the
Too
thing.
bad. Well, there's a list on the flipping box.
Well, don't look at
You
that.
know
Just
which
eat it.
ones are good and bad, but you
Just
don't
eat
know
it.
which one of the one in the box is good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
They're
That's
speckled and stuff. There's ways to tell. Also, my
not exactly.
one of my best friends, his sister
Hmm.
actually told me a really really good way of figuring it out. If you slightly like crack the jelly bean, you can smell it. You can tell what kind it is.
Okay, yeah, that's true. You can do that. One time I did that. They had a jelly bean factory we used to visit, and I tried wet diaper once. And it was nasty. I hated it.
The
It was
thing I
bad.
the thing I did was I'm not gonna say what video it is because it shows my face. And I'm trying not to show my face as a YouTuber. But in one of my best friend's YouTube channel, we did the Bean Boozle thing, and I got rotten fish, and I've never tasted anything more foul than that in my life. I wanted to die.
Hmm.
It was bad. It was
Uh,
so bad.
I'm probably
Then
gonna step out.
later that day, we did a fucking adult Mad Libs things.
Oh no.
One of these days we should do like as a crew, just like
Hmm.
Jackbox Party Pack or something.
Okay, that'd be
Well, I would.
fun. Like all of us played on
Okay,
Steam.
we need to.
That'd be great.
Okay. Boom.
Hmm.
I'm making you the
Mhm.
head. I'm making you the head of this project.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have some of them.
No,
I don't have
no.
all of them.
I'm saying. I'm making you the head of this project. You organize it. I'll record it.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Use
So like
general
fun.
if you have to. Just do what you have to do. Okay. Because I'm
Alright.
working on too much right now to actually get that organized.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Boom is so excited. You can hear it in his voice.
Yeah.
Hey, the real fun is when you do something like Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to hear the most fun I've ever had with Cards Against Humanity?
Mhm,
So we had all these blank instead of having the white cards, we all had a bunch of like those blank note cards, and we all
mhm.
wrote our answers in. It was called the Beast Within, and basically because you had to write every single answer out. You know what I mean? So you had to be the most terrible person in the world. You're not using what the box gave you. You had to be the terrible person.
We should totally do that.
The Beast Within.
Hmm.
Yes.
The problem is there's no way to do it like you have to do it in real life because there's no way to do it like with the Cards Against Humanity app.
Uh,
Yeah,
I mean,
you can put custom cards in, but you can only put a certain number in.
I'm gonna check that right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if there's a way that you could just straight up put it as blank cards only.
That'd be great. I'd love to play the Beast Within again because, like, we got some really good answers. Like, to the point where people... Okay, so, let me make some fake names up here. So, Mike literally put down one of these cards that said, "I want Jackie to pee on my face," and she looked around and says, "Okay, which one of you motherfuckers wrote this card?"
Let's see.
The funniest part is that his card didn't get picked, so she never figured out who said it. Actually, what's funny is quote unquote Jackie. She asked me like we were talking recently, and she was like, she actually brought that up.
Oh,
That's the reason I bring
oh
it up,
boy.
because she's like, "Look, I need you to be honest with me. Remember that night we were playing? Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah." Did you write that card? I'm like, "No." I was actually a little offended that she thought it was me, because I knew she was with her girlfriend at the time.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Now that I think about it, a lot of the girls that I know are lesbians. Huh.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Tread very carefully as I see that I've made a grave mistake in saying that. Actually,
Not too much
I
of
don't
that.
need you guys to tread carefully anyway. I had a girlfriend.
This is true.
True, yeah.
Let's see.
I'm hopefully gonna. Oh no! Oh no! Shit!
Now
Shit!
we have to leave that in.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Isabel got that. It's all right. Literally, it's
Ah.
gonna go. It's gonna go. Hopefully, and I go. Oh no!
hmm
Even the context there is
literally.
gonna give you away, bud.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I literally just say. I literally just cut that whole part out. It's all right.
Well, there's the whole panicking that's gonna give it away a little bit.
No, it's not.
I love the pretend you're Zizzy thing. Data center is having connectivity issues, even though support page is down. I'm reasonably sure it didn't catch on fire.
Oh my god. Oh no. That cannot ever see the light of day. Anyways, it
And
looks like that's all the
anyway.
time we have for tonight. Podcast is all over.
Been fun.
Yep, it's always been fun. It always is fun.
Yeah.
All right, as always, I've been your host, Sir Chandarius.
And I, Cletus. And
Text!
Big boom.
there you go.
And remember, behave, or this will be the last face you see. Night!
Adios.
Gosh.